Good afternoon. My name is Scott Rutledge, Chief Strategic Officer at T3Live.com. Welcome to today's recap and look ahead.
观众朋友们，大家好，欢迎收看今天的直击美股，我是主持人夏月，在纽约向您问好。今日是4月6日，星期四。中国国家主席习近平与美国总统特朗普在今日展开了即将进行2天的商业会晤。中美两大国之间占据了全球经济总额的1/3，市场正密切关注着这次意义非凡的习特会。摩根士丹利认为，双方可能就中国开放金融产业、美国增加基础设施建设项目以及加强亚太地区的合作之间展开讨论。美国降低了对中国发动全面贸易战的可能性。昨日，美联储关于缩表以及股价过高的言论，逆转了之前因民间数据良好而上涨的大盘。道指和标普创下了14个月内最大的单日回撤。今日我们可以看到3大股指大致平开后小幅上涨。此外，值得关注的是，明天将要发布的美国非农数据以及失业率，这将对美国股市以及美国进一步加息起到重要的影响。关于更多市场的详细资讯，请收看接下来的交易员访谈。Hi Scott, so we have seen like S&P or have a big reversal yesterday, so it's rebounds back a little bit today. So what's your view on the S&P today?
I think the broader markets are still in a spot of indecision. And indecision means that you don't know if we're going higher or lower after a big move. So you could see that by the chart of the S&P cash. You know, you had a big post-election rally, right? This is when the rally ignited. This is when Donald Trump had the acceptance speech. What do we have from here? We had this sharp and furious rally up to there, and that's when the momentum trend broke. So if you got out here, what happened? Went to the 50-day, and we held. Okay, so now moving forward, you still have resistance. Okay, that is your resistance in the S&P. Yesterday, we pushed through and kind of failed, but today we didn't fall apart. So now if you draw this chart a little bit bigger, this is what you could trade against. As long as the S&P holds the 50-day moving average, which is now around 2347, try and be long, but be careful. If it breaks and closes below this, all of a sudden this is a big trend line and we haven't been below it since the election. So I would be very careful here and only be in things that you really like.
Okay, we have seen Amazon trade really good in a couple of weeks before. Like, for example, it's a huge rally, but a lot of people think that's overbought recently and extremely overbought. So what's your view on that? And what's your position on the Amazon?
Well, yesterday put in a big sell signal, a topping
exactly.
tail. So a lot of guys in my office came and say, I'm going to short Amazon because it's opened up $4. It can go red and go down.
That's before talking about.
Yeah, and they had a great trade. And if you watch my morning call, I put a strategy on there on how to short Amazon today. So hopefully you saw it and you made some money. Why? Because look at that topping tail. Look at the size of the move that Amazon has had since breaking out above 862. So this was your breakout buy. This was your buy the 50-day. Boom. Here was your topping tail. So it opened up today. What people do is they look for downside follow-through. Opened up, sold down, traded below this 905, and was a decent day-and-a-half move. So from 923 down to 894, it's almost 19 points. You don't usually get a 19-point discount in Amazon. So anyway, I would say if we open down tomorrow, some traders would probably look to be a buyer around here, which is close to 888. It hasn't been below the 821 days since the breakout. So I would say two things happen. One, you get a red dog reversal tomorrow around 894 to enter or test the 8-day. But if we close below the 8-day, you know what? You might see the 21-day, so do it with a little less size.
BABA also traded pretty good today. So what's your view on the BABA in your list?
Yeah, it's been a little choppy. It's a little slower, but I think it's in the game for better prices this year.
Yeah.
I am not in BABA, and I'm not in Amazon for the first time in a while. Okay, just because I'm going on vacation. Yes, I'm leaving for a week, so you won't see me for a week. But for those of you, okay, BABA has been very strong. Okay, when did it trade and get back on my go-to list? Right here, when it traded and closed above this descending channel. Then it gapped up after earnings and held. And look at it, it's been above the 21-day moving average this entire time and still is. So if you're long it and active, be long versus this 107.32. And if it's going to get some momentum while I'm away, it really has to start clearing this 109, and then you have a really big level here at 110. I do think it's just a matter of time for it to clear this, but you know, I think you need to be a little careful to make sure that the market's on your side because you know this is your trend line here. So it's coming to a point for you to watch. If the market stays good, I think it's something to turn to. If we get a little weaker, you know, you might have to deal with a little pain.
As you mentioned before, that financial sector is the leading sector among all other sectors, and we have seen there a little bit reverse this morning in financial sector. So, what's your view? What's your position on the financial?
I think you just have to be a little careful. Again, it had a big run.
Yeah.
We've been kind of trading it, buying it on weakness, selling strength until we figure out what's next. If you look here at the XLF, which is a good proxy for the financials, you did get a reversal today. It still held this area. So as long as this area holds, I think that it's going to be hard for the market to really sell off. And you still have this as resistance. So I would say for the XLF, make sure it holds above this 23. If it winds up going below it, that can give you some clues that it'll at least test this spot. But all in all, you just want to make sure that the financials over time aren't creating what we call a head and shoulders top. What a head and shoulders top is, it's a distribution pattern. So with that being said, as long as it holds above this, I think the financials are decent. But if it starts to break below this, it could give us some clues that we have a bigger correction ahead of us going into the summer.
Okay, thank you so much. I think that's all for today.
Yes, and we're going to try and connect the dots. You just won't be connecting with me over the course of next week. I'm going on vacation and can't wait to come back during I think April 17th to do it for you again in the future.
以上就是今天节目的全部内容了，欢迎您收看今天的直击美股，